Good afternoon. This is Pam, the other half of Twin Diggers. Starting with my second video of my water metal detecting from the holiday weekend up north. And this neighbor, whose name is Vern, I was out metal detecting next door, and he came out and waved me down and said, "Hey, you want to come over here and do ours?" And I said, "I sure do." So I met Vern and Carol. Really nice people. They've had history on the lake. So many families are living there generation after generation on the properties, and it was just so nice to meet them. So I found a 1982 nickel and a 1979 penny, and this was rather interesting. I thought maybe at first this was some kind of a lid, maybe, like to a canister or something. And it turns out that Carol said that when her children were younger, they had one of those little bake play sets where you have the little bake oven and you make things. And apparently this is where it was from. I found this about 6 inches under the water. So it's been there quite a while. And the sand, of course, has preserved it very well. I also found this can. This was just about an inch under the water. It's been there a long time, and again, with the ice heaving and with all the waves, things keep coming up constantly on shorelines, and this obviously would have been one of them. So really glad that I found that, because that could have been a little bit nasty for anybody to step on. Found a kind of one of those, old twisty tie things, probably on a boat or was on a tarp or something like that. So that was kind of neat. Found a sinker and a broken off jig head. Thank goodness the hook wasn't on it, so I'm assuming it probably broke off in a fish's mouth. A couple screws, nails. Again, I'm assuming it probably went to some docks, back in the day. This is really kind of cool. I found a variety of gunshot shells, and this one in particular, I'll have to clean it up a little bit and look at it, but this thing is really heavy. And it gave off an incredible signal. So that was neat. This is a gunshot shell here. It's the top. It's been in for so long. It's just completely kind of deteriorated. This thing was very interesting. It is iron, solid iron, and it's round. At first I thought maybe it was a horseshoe, but after picking it up and looking at it, there's no way. The homeowner wasn't sure. I said maybe it looks like something for brakes. He didn't know, of course, no. But that was a huge hit on my metal detector. Just got one of these. These are usually used, these grommets, for the tarps. So that was there. Got a couple old can tops again there. This was interesting. I think these are like from the olden days where they would like hang a clip for Christmas lights or something. I'm not sure, but that looks like that's been there for quite a while. Found another one of these little fans right here, and it goes to this, what I had showed in the other movie. It's from like the 1970s. It's a thin aluminum spinner that would go off when fireworks were shot up in the air, and I found a little piece of one on their property. So that was kind of cool. This was the biggest find for me, and this was I think about 15 inches down, and I was not going to give up on this baby. I kept digging and digging and trying to find it, and I was telling Vern and Carol, I said, I'm not going to give up on this. This, I'm almost positive, it's solid brass. And I think it goes to an old oak icebox. She said that they remembered having one at one time. Where I was, it was a family resort for many years. And then the cabins were sold off to each of the family members. So this is just absolutely cool. It's so heavy. It's in really good shape. I think it was preserved so well because it was so far down in the sand. So that was pretty cool. I was pretty excited about that. This is just some little rubber piece. It probably fell off of a shoe or something. I'm not sure. This, of course, is a top to a bottle. The only reason I found it is it was like this, and it was barely sticking out of the sand, and the sun was shining on it so bright. So again, this just was like on the surface. So if somebody would have stepped on that, could have been a big owie. Found a Bud Light. It was a little bit deep. Looks like it's been in there for a little bit. I don't know how long Bud Light's been around, but that's cool. And then I found a piece of Padre. So it was just laying in the shoreline, kind of washed up with the rocks. And of course, I looked at it because I saw it like this. I thought, oh, it's an arrowhead. But after digging it up a little bit, it's some kind of Padre. Could be an old plate or a coffee cup or whatever. So that was pretty cool. So that is all that I have for Vern and Carol. And again, I want to thank you very much for inviting me in and metal detecting your lakeshore and all of the sand that goes out past your docks. And again, this is another example of getting all of these things out of the earth, and especially on a sandy beach where you have family and children and grandchildren and stuff. So I was very honored and was just really excited when I found that big brass handle. So thanks again, Vern and Carol. Appreciate it, and we'll see you again.